On October 17, 2015, one of the brightest fights in the middleweight division took place. The bout between Kazakh champion Gennady Golovkin and Canadian David Lemieux. This fight was a real event in the boxing world, unifying many titles, including WBA, IBF, and IBO belts that were at stake. Let's break down who these fighters are, what brought them into the ring, and how their momentous fight went down. David Lemieux is a Canadian professional boxer known for his aggressive style and knockout punching. Lemieux has made a name for himself in the middleweight division with his power and spectacular wins. In 2015, he became IBF world champion after defeating Hassan Ndam, where the Canadian sent his opponent to knock down 4 times, showing his exceptional power and perseverance. Lemieux entered the fight with Golovkin as one of the most dangerous knockout artists of his time. To this point, he had won 31 victories, 28 of which were by knockout. His aggressive fighting style and desire to attack made him a serious opponent for anyone who stepped into the ring against him. Gennady Golovkin, known as Triple G, was already a boxing legend at the time of the fight. His unrivaled knockout streak, including 20 consecutive wins by knockout, made him one of the most feared boxers in the middleweight division. The holder of the WBA and IBO belts, Golovkin was also known for his exceptional technique, power, and ability to control the fight from the opening minutes. This fight was expected to be a battle of 2 powerful knockouts, which promised to be a colorful and dramatic spectacle. From the beginning of the fight, it was evident that Golovkin was not going to let Lemieux into his close range where the Canadian could realize his knockout power. Golovkin immediately began to dominate, effectively using the jab to keep Lemieux at a distance.
He lands his jab at a constant rate.
Golovkin has one-punch knockout power, but he's methodical in the application of early rounds, especially here again.
With that jab, making him fight uncharacteristically of him.
The jab early on, face and keeping him back. Jab, right hand Golovkin early.
Well, he's trying to take Lemieux out of the fight early by backing him up.
First round so far, as he's 2 fighters because Lemieux isn't much of a... Careful first round, amazing number already from CompuBox. He's landed more than 20. More than 20 jabs in the round.
Lemieux may all
right hand to the body by Lemieux finally lands a... And the general consensus is he's been a better fighter since then. Golovkin lands a right hand. Another...
Showing some very good defensive tactics here. And those are the ones that do the most damage.
Will have frustrated off the jab. Lands that. Jabs again. Chance to catch him with a power shot.
Difference in the fight is Golovkin's boxing.
Body shot by Golovkin. Right hand lands.
Yeah, Lemieux has to figure.
Jab lands again. Jab lands again. Accuracy with which Golovkin is landing.
Lemieux has never had to fight at this pace before in his life.
It seems to me was able to roll it with his shoulders.
Right hand lands again. Knocks Lemieux into the ropes. Hook lands for Golovkin. Jab lands. Colossal. Landed 26 jabs in round 1. Trying to get past the jab. Hasn't managed. You wonder how missing.
It's not a normal jab Golovkin throws.
And there's a hard shot from Lemieux. Right hand to the body. Hook for Golovkin. Right hand lands again. Phenomenal accuracy. Unbelievable accuracy. Trying to be more aggressive in this round. Lands a jab. Look at the jab.
Kind of like Kovalev's jab.
It's
hard. Well, if the first round was good, this one was even better. Complete dominance of David Lemieux so far in the fight, but that with any one shot, if he gets into...
Lemieux is trying to box, taking that away from him. Imagine him winning a boxing match. He said, laughed and said, or maybe I will. I have to see what
I gun, die by the gun. The best time.
I see every reason to believe that Gennady's a better. Agreed with us in the meeting. His amateur career is much deeper and prolific.
Take this fight for his first title defense.
Tremendous left-hand work by Gennady Golovkin. When we give Lemieux all the credit in the world, because no other height.
So I think it should be mentioned that
before you begin to make bad decisions, Matthew Macklin was quite articulate. Body shot by Golovkin. Right on the solar bar. It matters.
Lemieux is starting to get a little more active.
Golovkin and that jab flowing like water. Body shot.
Where he realizes he's going to get hit anyway.
Golovkin, to at least give yourself a chance to land some.
He has, and he really wants to try to win it.
And he's earned a lot of respect from by the jab.
You got to give Lemieux a lot of. He'll punch it to in while I'm getting hit.
And again, left hook. They traded Golovkin, who has clearly won the first 3 rounds from David Lemieux. And then we'll pick out the moment at which you're going to land the big. Another left hook. Straight right hand finish already in round number 4. Had a plan coming in the first 3 rounds. Canadian star is hanging in.
And so far, including.
Legs are getting weak, Jim.
Hasn't been to the canvas yet, but Golovkin is landing big.
The old adage is everyone has a plan until.
And talk about getting it. Left hook again. And here we go.
There was the left hook, and Lemieux.
Yeah, there was the left hook, and Lemieux is hurt. And here goes
Lemieux.
Yeah, he's an even bigger one.
David Lemieux's got a game plan. I mean, you have a game plan. He's walking in and he's getting blasted by the left jab.
Now, everybody knows that Lemieux is basically in control.
Murdering him. I mean, Golovkin, I said 3-0, 30-27, Gennady Golovkin. They say he's totally stupid. You know what's bothering?
5 times the average of what middleweight fighters throw.
Definitely is a game changer that would change anybody's game plan.
To say, for instance, I don't even think Lemieux has a plan. Uppercut. What a round. Round 5. Gennady Golovkin has thoroughly dominated the left hook. Landed on Golovkin's cheek. Gives Lemieux a listen with a left hook. Perfectly. Landed some effect of a potential gradual beatdown. Body shot with the right hand at some point.
Next.
Haven't said his name yet. Holding. Nothing unusual.
Those shots hit cleanly are higher on the head.
This was the round of the decisive moment. Golovkin continued to attack, and finally, after a series of strikes, Lemieux was knocked down.
Good balance. Abel Sanchez again. Lemieux could turn it around. Hard right hand or another, and your feet will always be solid underneath.
Despite the Canadian's courage, Golovkin continued to control the fight, systematically breaking down his defense with accurate punches. Lemieux tried to find his opportunity to attack, but Golovkin was too technical and disciplined, leaving his opponent no chance.
No, I didn't do that. And that moment,
As Roy said earlier, it may be too late. Would feign a knockout after being out.
Just who he is.
showing you he's got that chin.
Yeah, it was a wonderful idea.
And
He could win.
Yeah, well, I got it.
right hand by Lemieux.
That's why I said
He seems his constant.
Golovkin increased the pressure and actively attacked Lemieux, landing a series of blows. Lemieux resisted, but he was already getting tired from the intensity of the fight.
Now Lemieux starting to throw. That doesn't happen by itself.
Uppercut and catches him coming in with a left. Catches him coming in with a left. Oh, good up. And a right hand up. Round 7. We're halfway through the fight. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Did you cut his hair before this fight?
Triple G. And Ruiz.
good body
Good
shot.
body shot.
Costing him
Round
the fight.
8.
I agree with
Not
Harold.
at all.
Another leg.
Golovkin continued to dominate, maintaining control over the fight. He managed to evade Lemieux's attacks and counter with powerful strikes. This round was also won by Golovkin.
You see that Lemieux is regarded as model. Hard to imagine there'll be a premature stoppage.
He has to get in the.
Don't want to change anything around. He's in the fight.
But he can't get away from the jab.
Yeah.
Watching him, trying to.
By the 8th round, the referee decided to stop the fight, seeing that Lemieux could not respond to Golovkin's punches. The 8th round TKO victory solidified Gennady's position as one of the most dominant middleweight champions in the world.
Dame e gospoda, Gennady Gennadyovich, Triple G. Golovkin.
And Lemieux, despite the loss, showed resilience and determination. The Golovkin versus Lemieux bout was another testament to the power and skill of Triple G. Gennady demonstrated not only his knockout power, but his ability to control the pace of the fight, competently handling the situation with an aggressive opponent like Lemieux. David Lemieux, although he lost, entered the ring with courage, becoming a worthy opponent for one of the best fighters of his generation.
And talk about getting another, and your feet will always be solid underneath you.
Oh, that body shot hurt, Joe.
Down goes Lemieux. Good right hand by Lemieux, but the uppercut by Golovkin drives him back into the ropes. The body shot hurt him again. Steve Willis is going to stop the fight.